So Kelby and Jamie were freaking out because I broke the 10 slide rule for speakers. I know.
Wait, there's a rule?
I've got tons of slides, and we may not get through all of them today, but I wanted to have them here so that we could make them available at the end so you can actually go through if we don't get through everything. So let's go ahead and start. I'm Sarah Penix, by the way. You can look me up. I'm not going to do a bio because that would take too much time. Robin, you know me. Okay. Long story short, I work for a large nonprofit as a social media manager, and I do interactive media consulting. So I work with small and large businesses, and I've done Facebook ads with extremely large budgets and extremely small budgets. You don't have to have a big budget to do Facebook ads. So we're going to go through this today and give you the tactics to get the most out of the budget that you do have. So beyond the boost, is there a clicker that I'm supposed to have? Thank you. Why did you put me first, Kelby? Okay, so here's the questions that I get asked. The basic questions of Facebook advertising. Should I just boost my post or create a campaign? I'm not going to read them, but these are the questions that we are going to answer today. What type of campaign, how to target, how to measure, and how to increase the ROI. I'm going to go through these really fast, but hopefully we'll be able to make them available at the end. We're going to cross out all of those questions real quick, because the first question you need to ask yourself is why. Before we discuss how, you need to know why you are going to run an ad. And all of those other decisions will be informed by that one factor. Zig Ziglar, you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. And I know everyone loves the selfie quote, so I had to do this. And it's true. If you don't have an aim for your Facebook ad, like, I just want to boost this post. Why? I don't know, I just want more people to see it. Okay, you're aiming at nothing. So let's change the paradigm of thinking here. So your Facebook ad structure here. The top of your structure is the campaign. This is where you set your objective. This is your ultimate thing that you want to happen from your ad. Your ad set is where you target your audience and you set your budget. You can have multiple ad sets in each campaign, depending on who you want to target. So I will usually do one specific audience for each ad set and do a different one for each audience so that I can tell which one is performing better. So if you want to do one for your fans, one for your friends of fans, etc. And then within each ad set, you can have multiple ad creatives. And your ad here, all you're doing is the creative. So everything else is set in the higher levels. This can kind of be confusing when you look in your ad manager. So just keep this in your mind as the structure. You might even want to write it out on a sheet of paper, because once you get in the ad manager, it's a very confusing interface. Write out your campaign, write out all your ad sets, go back to middle school and create a tree. So, why? When you go into your ads, there are lots of different objectives that you can choose. We're going to talk about two today, the page likes and the conversions. But you can choose a lot of these different things. Post engagement in your ad manager is going to say boost post, but it's not the same as clicking the button, okay? So it's different. So don't click that boost button. Go into your ad manager and run an ad. And we're going to talk about that right now. So with the boost button, you get basically 3 choices of audience. That's it. It gives you very limited choices, and this is just meant for someone who doesn't want to mess with thinking of the advanced tactics. But we know that we want to target more specifically. The boost objective will always be post engagement, which can be the weakest ROI for you, depending on. So you can't just boost a post and then choose website clicks as your objective. So that's why I say never click that boost button. There's a lot better ways. If you get one thing out of this today, don't click the boost. Your ad campaign, and I know this is really hard to see, but your ad campaign gives you all of these objectives, tons of objectives. Send people to your website, increase conversions on your website. This is a very powerful one because Facebook knows everything about everyone, seriously. You think I'm lying, I am not. Have you ever noticed you go to a coffee shop and use your credit card, and then Facebook suggests another person for you to be friends with that was at that same coffee shop? That's not an accident. That is not an accident. They work with data companies. I mean, it's seriously like scary stuff. But luckily, they only use it to make money, so they're not trying to stop you. But the conversions goal is very good because Facebook knows who is more likely to convert on your website. They just do. And I trust them to figure that out. Boost your post when you're running an ad campaign, like I said before, that is different. That's going to be okay. That's not the same as clicking the button. So let's talk about your page likes. How many of you here want to increase your page likes? Okay, good. I'm glad I picked this one. It's really the most important factor in the success of your page. So I wrote a post a while back called How Engagement Might Be Killing Your Facebook ROI. And I don't know if any of you guys read that, but we worship engagement so much that we don't care who engages. We don't care who likes our page. We just want more page likes. Well, what happens is, say you build 1 million page likes of people who love cat photos, right? Because they're really cute, and I get a lot of page likes when I do cat photos, right? Well, my blog is about parenting, it's not about cat photos. So now, when I post on my Facebook page, no one cares about how to get my children to eat, when they're a picky eater or any of that stuff. All they care about is the cat photos. Is that helping me? No. And unfortunately, on Facebook, you can't purge your fans. Wish we could, but you can't get rid of those ones that are not really interested in your stuff. They just hide you, and they're dead weight. And so, that's why I tell people, do not worship the engagement. Get people, even if it's a smaller audience, who really are focused and interested in your stuff. So the web conversions objective is really cool because you can do several different conversions. Now you have to have a code installed on your website, which is really, they walk you through it if you click this, which is going to be their pixel where they measure conversions. So you can do checkouts, you can do registrations, leads, which is getting people to sign up for your newsletter. And Facebook has this new product now that they are testing and rolling out. It's a lead ad where the person doesn't even have to put in their email address because Facebook already has it, knows everything about everyone. They just click that they want to subscribe to your email newsletter, and it happens. It's one click. So be on the lookout for that. It's rolling out slowly. And it's going to be really powerful, I think. The only downside, and it's Phil Hollows in here, is that you may not get the double opt-in, so your list might be a little bit compromised. You may have a little bit more unsubscribes. But, we'll test it and see. So use this website conversions. If you want people to get to a certain page on your website, use it. If you want them to sign up, use it. The next question is who? You've got three sort of, you can do a specific audience, a balanced, and a broad. Usually you want to stay in the middle one, the balanced. And when you're doing your audience in Facebook ads, it will tell you, it has a little measurement thing that will tell you if you're too specific, too balanced, or too broad. So in your audience definition, there it is, there's a little tinker thing. there's 3 different types of audiences that I typically will target. The first one is your interest, behavior, and lifestyle. And that's not the most important one. This is probably the last one that I would choose. A lookalike audience, which is cool. Raise your hand if you've heard of lookalike audience. Okay, good. And your website and email custom audience. Who has heard of custom audience? Okay, so this is really, really cool. You can put a code on your website from Facebook, and you can retarget people who have visited your website. If they visited, they read a post. You know, most people on blogs, they'll come back, you know, every day or every few days. But say they click through your Facebook page, they read a post, and then they don't sign up for anything, they don't do anything. You don't have a way to re-engage those people. But if you have this enabled, you can put in a website, create a custom audience, and you can retarget those people. You can choose the days. I have audiences for people who have visited my website within the last 30 days, the last 15 days, the last 5 days, depending on the content. I might want to just target people who came to the site within the last week, because I'm gonna, you know, hey, you liked this, now why don't you read this, basically. Does that make sense? I'm tracking everybody. So your lookalike audience is cool. Your lookalike audience, it takes an audience that you have, say your people who like your page likers. It takes their profile and finds millions of people on Facebook that are just like them that are going to want to like your page. So this is one of the most powerful audiences you can have. Yeah, it's not really in focus. But this part, it'll be okay if you don't see that. Just kind of shows what. Yeah, it's a little out of focus, but. So those are the 3 types of audiences that we're going to talk about today. Audience number 1, let's talk about this. Interest, behavior, and lifestyle. If you don't already have a vibrant, interactive fan base, this is a great audience for you to start with. One way to figure out how to target people is look at your competitors, or your contemporaries, as I like to call them. Peers, yes, your peers. And so look at the interests of people who like them. Go up, right now if you're on Facebook, go up to the search bar and type interests of people who like, and put your page in there. And unless Facebook has changed their graph search, it should work. I had to redo the slides last night because they changed everything. And then you will see an interest there, hopefully. It doesn't work. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Is it working for anyone? Oh, they changed it on me. It worked.
It worked.
Okay, good. And you have to tag your page in there, so yeah. Okay, so look at those interests. You can do that for any page. You don't have to run the page. So if you're a nonprofit, you might want to do Save the Children or UN, UNICEF, whatever. And then look at those interests. Put them all on a spreadsheet and target the ones that are most in common with what you want the person to be that likes your page. It's not great for conversions. So if you're doing a conversion ad where you actually want someone to opt in or buy something, do not do the interest, behavior, and lifestyle, because the ROI is not going to be high. So this is if you're basically building a page from scratch.
Sarah, why is that? Why don't they convert?
Because it's the research is that we'll talk about funnels in a minute, but the funnel is usually page like, visit website, sign up for email, buy through email. And that's just what people do. They don't really click through on an impulse and do things on Facebook. Very occasionally they will, but for the most part, impulse buying for people that are not already familiar with your brand is not going to work. Does that make sense? So then our second audience that we'll talk about is lookalike audiences, okay? So what you're going to do is go, it's not really clear, but I promise I'll walk you through it if you need me to. At the top of your ad manager, you'll see tools. You go down there, click audiences. And then you're going to be able to create a lookalike audience of people who like your page. So here when you see audiences, there's going to be this button right here that you can't read, but that says create audience. So you're going to click that. You can create several different types of audiences: website visitors, email lists, and page likes for lookalikes. You can also create a lookalike from people who watched one of your video ads. So that will be in there. So what was I going to say? Okay, so basically your email list too is going to be very, very popular. When you send out a marketing email, go to Facebook, upload your email lists to your audiences, and target those people on Facebook too. It's going to play into your funnel where they'll get an email, they'll see it on Facebook, they might have another touch, and they'll do it. You've got to create multiple areas of touches. So the website email custom audience is great for page likes if you don't already have an interactive, vibrant community there. This is going to be slightly more effective than the interests, probably, but just retarget those people that visit your website. Upload your email address, get them on there. And that way it's people who already like you, okay? Get them on Facebook interacting, and then they will bring others and make your page more vibrant. And then on your website and email custom audiences, you can pick one page. You can pick people who visited your website but didn't visit the checkout page. You can retarget them. It is so robust. Okay, let's get here. Okay, so remember the Facebook ad structure. And here's an example campaign for page likes. Okay, I've got my campaign, page likes up here. I've got my ad set, which is a lookalike audience. This ad set is interests, and this ad set is website custom audiences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start all of those. I'm going to see which one is giving me the best ROI, and then I'm going to cancel the others. So give yourself a chance to succeed by doing those options. And here's one for conversions. I've got my campaign at the top. I've got my ad set to fans. Then I've got my ad set to email custom, my email people. And then I've got website custom. Notice I don't have interests on there. I don't have any lookalike audiences, because if they're not familiar with your brand already, you're not going to have a good ROI on your Facebook ads. Does that make sense? Do we have any questions up to this point? Yes, I'm really sorry. I know.
Are you going to share this?
I will share this, yes. Yes. So, yes.
How long, which, like you said, run them and then cancel, how long is a good time?
It just depends. I think I would usually do it for half a day, maybe, until you get some good results. It depends on your budget. If you've got a really large budget, do it for a few hours, okay? If you've got a really small budget, do it for half a day, maybe a day. Yeah.
I just have two questions. Are you running these stats to make your sizing now? Because you're doing it, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Where do you find the ROI?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm going to get to that. Because you have to do it. It doesn't really come through on Facebook. But so the next question is how, okay? How do you get people to convert? And this is where we'll talk about funnels and ROIs. Facebook, email, and website play a part together. They don't live in a vacuum. And so that's where you want your paradigm to go here. And we can talk about the technical, like how to do everything, but let's focus on concept today here. And I apologize that you can't really see my slides. So here's an example of some funnels. Someone becomes a Facebook fan, okay? Then they click through your Facebook page, they sign up for an email, your email list. Then they receive an email campaign. And then after that, they visited the website and converted. So you've got several different things. And when I look at my Google Analytics, I see that you can see the path that people take. It is wild. They Googled you like 3 times, came to your website, then they came through a Facebook link, then they signed up for email, then they came through an email, and then they converted. It can be just really convoluted. So that's why you've got to hit them different ways. Here's another example of a funnel. They received a campaign email. They saw relevant ads because you retargeted them with your custom audiences. They clicked through to your website, and then they converted. And here's another one. They visited the website. Whoops. They visited your website first, right? Then you retargeted them, and they saw relevant Facebook ads. They clicked back to your website, then they converted, okay? So here's a good example. My glasses, not these, but the ones I used to have. I visited coastal.com, and I browsed several different things. I didn't buy, because I was like, I don't know if I really want to click the trigger on these. And then their glasses aren't usually an impulse buy, right? So I'm not going to click through to coastal.com the first time and buy something. I have to see it again, and again, and again, and again. So then I saw Facebook ads for days and days, and I knew what they were doing to me. I knew it because I do that. And I'm like, I was like, I know what you're doing. And so they kept showing me these glasses over and over again, and I had decided to buy them, but I just hadn't actually done it. And then one day I was like, fine, I'll do it. So I clicked through and I bought them. So that's an example of good ad targeting, okay? Bad ad targeting. All right, I saw this thing for Panera. I'm on a nutritional cleanse at this point, so, and I had posted on my Facebook page. It's 11:30 p.m. My local Panera is closed, and I don't even like Panera that much. So they don't shoot me. It's okay. I just like our local stuff better. So that was bad ad targeting because I was not going to be interested in that. And if they had targeted me correctly, they would know that. Here's another one. After I put up that I was going to do a webinar on Facebook ads, all of the other consultants and gurus and ninjas started to tag me in their ads, right, and target them to me. Well, I've never seen these guys before. I have no idea who they are. I'm not going to trust them with my Facebook strategy. I'm doing my own webinar, obviously. I don't need them to tell me how to do Facebook ads. And every social media guru is tagging me, which helped me to know that they were not, in fact, social media gurus. So that's bad targeting. So just kind of think it through logically before you set out your ad campaigns. So what happens? This is the part where we talk about real ROI. And this is most people, okay? Don't feel bad if this is you. Really, everybody starts there. So we're going to just forget it. Likes, comments, shares, reach, those are vanity numbers. They don't really mean anything. Okay, they help you get to your goal, yes. But that's not what you're going to be measuring. We got 5,000 likes on this one post that I boosted. Well, what did they do? I don't know, they liked it. Well, how are you going to capture those people? I don't know, I guess they'll see my post again, right? Because they liked it? No. So actionable ROI, page likes, sign-ups, downloads, website visits, conversions. These are what you're going to need to train your brain to think about before you place your ad. Because if you don't have the goal at the beginning, you're not going to hit it. So page likes. Here is how to find out how much your page likes are worth. Okay, how much is a page like worth to me? How do I calculate that on my ROI? So go to your site. I don't know if you got revenue, page views. You can calculate about how much a page view is worth to you. You know, how much revenue do you make over the year from your website? How many page views do you get? Each page view is worth